well, you can't just do one question. You got to do a whole bunch. So let's see if we can be a little bit more efficient at this. Now, notice I didn't put the y equals 2 formula down here. It's on your data sheet, but I think, you know what? Memorizing it is a really good idea. X minus p, don't forget, it has to be squared, because if it's not squared, it's not a quadratic, plus q. So now let's fill in the blanks. A is negative 1 over 5. That's this guy, always the one that's up front, right? Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it's negative. That means it opens down, right? So opens down means unhappy parabola. Notice also that this is a fraction, so this is going to make it wide, right? The other thing, let's go to here now. Let's go to the p-value. Notice that this is a plus where this is a negative. So what's going to make this? What are you going to be able to put in here to make that into a positive value? Of course, a negative. So this has to be a negative 4. So your p equals to a negative 4, because look, as soon as you put negative 4 in here, the negative makes it a positive. There you go. Okay, so p is negative 4, and your q happens to be, there we go, your q happens to be 3. Now, you can either sketch it right now, or you can start answering the questions. Totally up to you. Well, you know what? Why don't we just try and answer the questions, as many as we can right now, and then we'll go into kind of the sketch and see what happens. So our PQ, our vertex, is minus 4, 3. There's our PQ vertex. Our domain and range, let's leave that to the end. Direction of opening, we already did that because it's an unhappy parabola. It's negative, right? So it's sad. Equation of the axis of symmetry is always going to be this guy. So you're going to say that x equals to negative 4. Then your maximum and minimum value. Well, remember, if this opens down, you're going to have a max. And there's your max right there. So your max is at y equals to 3. Okay, and then now we can go out and sketch the graph. But you can, if you want to, you could actually, right from this point, right from the vertex, and knowing this information here, you can go out and put a real quick sketch together, and it'll be very, very accurate. Okay, and then you can, some people might say it's easier to answer these questions once you get a sketch down. It depends if you're one of those visual kind of people. All right, let's go and do this. Vertex, minus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's the vertex. It's opening down and wide. Okay, so, you know, it is a sketch. And until further notice, that's the way you're going to sketch it. Just a quick sketch. We're eventually going to become a little bit more accurate, and I'm going to teach you how to get to those points and make your graph incredibly accurate. But notice here, okay, there's our positive 3, there's our axis of symmetry, there's our negative 4, so all is good. Now, the only thing we got left to do here is domain and range. Domain, well, guess what? X is an element of R, because you can see that this is going to go on in this direction forever and ever, and you have a maximum value, so your range is going to be a maximum. It's got to be less than or equal to 3, and there you have it. So we'll do a couple more of these here just to kind of get into the habit of things and see what we can do, but that's a really good start.